Today, the roadmap was just released for Spellbreak. Two small notes before we dive in. Roadmaps don't generally include things like bug fixes or other small features. We've got plenty more in the pipeline that won't be mentioned below, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Roadmaps can change, sometimes a lot. This represents our plans as of today, but there are all sorts of reasons something could get moved on or off the roadmap. A feature might be more technically or artistically challenging than originally thought. It might fail in playtesting and need a massive rework. A new opportunity could come up, or we could receive some really insightful feedback that we want to react to. By sharing this very early in the process, we're trusting that you'll take it in the spirit with which it's given. If and when things do change, and they will, we'll strive to keep you updated as well. In the short term, think less than a month. We're primarily focused on patch 1, aka 1.1. This includes a ton of bug fixes that showed up post-launch. While it's focusing in on bug fixes, it also includes a number of small quality of life features, some rebalancing to aim assist and updates to sound effects. In addition to 1.1, we're also going to be rolling out the Shadow Step and Chronomaster runes. Shadow Step allows you to do a short range dash and become invisible for a short period of time. In the right hands, it's incredibly powerful and enables some amazing plays. Chronomaster gives you control over time itself. A few seconds after use, it rewinds your health, armor, and position to the time at which you activated it, letting you heal back damage or juke out your opponents in a big way. In the midterm, let's use a time frame of 1 to 3 months for midterm here. A good portion of the team has been working on the two patches following 1.1 since before launch, and I'm going to refer to these two patches as Prologue and Chapter 1. And now for a quick diversion here to talk about Spellbreak's chapter system at a high level. You've seen it on the game menu, grayed out, and taunting you, but what is it? We want to tell you a story in Spellbreak, and we want to do it over the course of weeks, months, and years. It's not just about adding a new gameplay mechanic every other week, but about exploring why that gameplay exists in the world. We want you to explore new content in an expanding world with us and your fellow players. At the most basic level, the chapter system provides you with weekly quest-based story content and rewards. On top of that, as you make your way through the chapter as a whole, you'll unlock new gameplay and cosmetic rewards. In the coming weeks, we'll have a much more in-depth look at the chapter system, but I wanted to provide some basic context for the first part described next. In the Prologue, the first major patch, we're going to be setting up the story for the coming chapters, and we'll be introducing the following features. 1. The beginnings of the chapter system will reunite you with Avira Emberdane, who will help further own your skills as a battle mage and earn some tasty cosmetics along the way. 2. Clash, our 9v9 team deathmatch mode, will kick off during the Prologue. Clash is an excellent way to blow off steam and get into some non-stop Spellbreak combat as you battle another team in a race to a predetermined number of exiles. It's also great for completing some of the harder quests. It's time for a spooky Halloween. Some tricks and treats will be coming to the store. 3 new 3-point talents. Your builds are about to get a lot harder to plan. New and some reworked consumables, including a brand new gameplay affecting one. Chapter 1, the second major patch, is going to kick the story off in earnest. You'll be introduced to the Order of the Vowbreakers and given your first assignment, reaching the Spellstorm and trying to put a stop to it. As for the rest of Chapter 1, we'll have more info for you soon. In the long term, this is where things that are very large or in very early stages of development are going to live. These things are likely 3 months or more out, but have been deemed a priority and discussions are happening internally. There's not going to be a lot here in terms of specifics to share, but we wanted to let you know that this is stuff we've actively been discussing, designing, and nailing down. For all of these, they're far enough out that there's plenty of time for feedback and discussion, and that's what we hope to do over the coming months. More gauntlets, classes, elements, runes, etc. We've got a lot of exploration we've been doing here into art styles for elements, concepts, and prototypes for gauntlets and runes, and more. We've even opened up a few jobs specifically to work on these in the past few weeks. Ranked and competitive modes, Spellbreak's combat, skill expression, and team dynamics make this an incredibly exciting place to explore. We've heard a lot of feedback here and have a number of ideas that we're kicking around. What are you looking for? Small scale team versus team, arena style skirmishes, ranked league style of play, large scale esports matches, private lobbies, or something else? Limited time modes. At the other end of the spectrum, we want to introduce a variety of limited time modes that utilize the Krazer mechanics in Spellbreak. Frozen Alacrity or flight races, Featherfall plus Frost Gauntlet only matches, loot pinatas, low stress modes that highlight mechanics in new and hilarious ways, or if I'm being honest, as a test ground for the more permanent introduction of more experimental features. Guilds. Finally, we want to introduce ways for you to play together with your friends that last longer than a single match or session. We want to reinforce social bonds amongst players, give you shared goals that you can work towards together, and proudly show off your group's accomplishments. In the very short term, As of this posting, the store schedule should be rolling over tonight into the normal schedule. We've completed our tests, and starting tonight, you'll find new stuff much more frequently. Enjoy. And that concludes the update from Spellbreak. If you guys want to stay updated on the game, we'll be covering Spellbreak quite a bit. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time.